Welcome you all for this lecture session. Today we are going to learn about the basics in communication networks. So we need to know what is actually communication and how we can able to enhance an effective communication. So now the first thing is about communication network. So communication means we know that is we communicate when we interact with people, that is a mode of communication. And here especially communication network. A communication network is a set of devices we connect by forming communication links. So by creating a link, we can able to form a well structured network, which effectively we use for our communication. Next is node. So what is involved in this network? That is nodes. Node can be a computer or a printer or any other devices like smartphones. So, so these devices capable for sending and receiving the data generated by the a particular nodes belong to the network. So we give importance to the term that is node. So node can be a computer or a printer or any device capable of sending and receiving the data. Then comes data communications. So data communication refer to the exchange of data between two or more devices via the transmission medium. So transmission medium means we know that is there are many media available. Specifically for the wired media, we can able to say like example Ethernet cables, fiber optic cable, then coaxial cable, and USB cable. So these are the things normally we consider for the wired media. Next, so when we have to say about wireless media, we can able to say like infrared short range communication we use in our television remote controls. Then radio communication areas like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Then in microwaves like cellular system which we use. Then satellite specifically for the long range communication using GPS. Then many services with our communication network is possible once we design a good network for communication. Then for data communication to occur, these all communication devices should be a part of a communication system and which is made up of a hardware and software. Next, how effective is data communication? The effectiveness of the data communication lies in four characteristics. That is delivery, accuracy, timeliness, jitter. So delivery means we know that is the system should deliver the data to the correct destination. Then accuracy. The system must deliver the data accurately, that is without any error. Because sometimes due to the transmission media, the actual data can be changed, corrupted. So we know that that is the uncorrupted data we need. Corrupted data means no use. Then timeliness. The system must deliver data in exact time. So data delivered late are actually useless. Then jitter. Jitter means like variation in the packet arrival time. Variation in the packet arrival time. So due to the delay actually. So there can be some uneven delay in the delivery of audio or video packets, practically speaking. So if you are forwarding data with 5 packets, one or two packets will arrive in a time duration of 30 milliseconds. Then the second thing, third packet will go in 40 milliseconds. Then fifth packet can go again 35 milliseconds, though unevenly there is some delay. Then come for the main components we have in our communication network. So message, sender, receiver, transmission medium, protocol. So message, we know that is actual information to be transmitted. Then sender and receiver are the main sources, the two endpoints. Then transmission medium, it is a physical path by which a message travels from the sender to the receiver. The protocol, set of rules which govern data communication, because we know that is protocol give us a good thing about when to communicate, what to communicate, and where to communicate. For this we're using. Then here you just have a look at the communication network. We have a simple network diagram. Here we can see like globally connected with GPS. We can able to connect different components like laptop, tablet, smartphones. Then all via by forming a proper communication link used for different applications. Then networking. So networking is the interconnection of a set of devices capable for communication. So when using a network, people can communicate efficiently with other set of people. And the mode of communication may be like instant messaging, as what we do like, through the WhatsApp. Then video conferencing, social media, chat rooms. So a lot of things are available actually. Also, we can able to share file, data, and informations. Then networking criteria. So this is very important. So performance, reliability, security. So here transfer time, response time are the two main things in performance when we want to measure about the network performance. Transit time. So what is actually transit time? So transit time is the amount of time required for a message to move from one device to another. The response time, once a message is forwarded to one node and the time elapsed between this inquiry and a response. This one we say about response time. Then what you have is reliability. So reliability, we focus on the recovery from a failure. Then security, protecting the data from unauthorized users. So these are the main things we consider in network criteria. Then these are the different topology for a network. One is point to point, one is multi-point. So in the point to point you can see like just two nodes. So between the two nodes we establish a communication link. Then multi-point. So multi-point means many, one to many or many to many. So here four nodes are connected via one router. So maybe this may be a part in a network. Next, coming for the applications of network. So network applications are very wide. Mostly we use here when we have to say about a web browser is an example for network application. A network application uses application layer protocols such as HTTP or FTP, and we can able to communicate via servers based on the kind of application. So network applications, many lot of things we can do. Okay, via our mobile phone, Gmail, via GPS support, smartphones, smart watches. So a lot of things are available actually. Then coming for the applications of communication network. So here, resource sharing, then exchange of information via emails with the help of the file transfer protocol, then information sharing, video conferencing, parallel computing, instant messaging. This can be considered as some kind of what applications in a communication network. Then finally, advantages of networking. Easy to communicate, file data we can share, resource sharing mainly, then we can able to save the cost, save the time. So that's all for now for this lecture. Okay, thank you.